In today's video, I have an Akai CSM01. This is my unit. It came from that house that was being cleared out that was full of smoke-coated equipment that I picked up last year. So I'm finally getting back onto some of that stuff. This one doesn't record on the right channel. All the light bulbs are burned out. Some belts are bad on it. We're going to give this thing a little bit of an overhaul and a cleanup so that I can get it ready to sell. It's not worth a lot of money, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but we're going to give this thing a new coat of paint. So this is an Akai CSM01 cassette deck. I know nothing about it. This is mine. It came from the smokehouse. It was given to me. So before I even power it up, we're going to pop the top off of it and just see if there's anything obvious like belts and stuff that are shot. At this point, I've already spent about 10 minutes just cleaning the cabinet. It was filthy. Just a pigsty. Holy crap. Check that out. Good sized motor. It's a Matsushita. It's a Panasonic motor. No, at least the belt's not all melted. I wonder what shape the belt is actually in. Look at this. That's your 120 volts right there across those terminals. They didn't even bother to trim them down or put any type of cover on them or anything, because you know this was Akai, and well, Akai was not really considered a real high-end brand. But we'll trim those down a bit just to make them less likely to poke somebody when they're working on it, and then I can stick some tape over it. Just, you know, safety first. That's the name of the game, right? Like that should have had a plastic barrier or something over it just for protection, like Sony would have done, or Panasonic, or pretty much everybody else. They would have put some type of a cover over the transformer there, at least. Like these ones are a little harder to get your fingers in down here, right? But these ones here, with those long leads on it like this from the transformer, yeah, it could be easy to get your fingers in there accidentally when you're working on it. So we'll just insulate it and see if this thing even turns on. I don't see any lights. You can sure see where the belt was parked for all those years, but that'll clear itself up. I mean, they may be burned out, or the unit itself might be burned out, but I don't see any lights. I do see that the belt is moving though, so I guess the motor is working. I think this thing probably does need a new belt. Watch how this thing jumps around when it starts up. Well, maybe it's okay. Auto stop belt looks to be okay. How's the torque? It's got torque. So the belt might be okay. For sure the record play switch is going to need to be cleaned. For sure. We'll see if it plays. First I'll make sure that the mechanism actually moves. Okay, how about fast forward and rewind? How do they look? Okay, that was fast forward. That's got lots of torque. That was rewind, that's got lots of torque. And play moves. I see the little window behind the cassette is gone. There's normally a little window in here and it appears to be missing. We'll load up a tape and play it and see if I hear anything. That doesn't sound very good, does it? When your gadgets are down and your light won't glow. Where's the highs? Probably dirty. Bet you the heads are just filthy on this thing. Let's take a look here. Does this pop off? It should. Maybe it doesn't. This door should pop off. And it'd be the first one that didn't. There it is. Alright. Oh, God. This thing's just filthy. Just even here. The head has turned brown from all the crap that's on it. Oh, it's worn. Let's clean it. We'll clean it with alcohol and see if that improves anything. I'm running low on isopropyl. There, we got some on the Q-tip there. Let's just clean off this head and see how bad it was. And it was bad. Like, it's really dirty. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Down 12.
Well, that's much better. Now the left channel is low because the tape's defective at this part. It'll kick in.
Bringing life back to your gear, fixing everything with flair. 12 ball
tape counter's not working.
Ones to call, bringing power and joy. They'll fix it all. Every wire in place, every bolt tightened right. They're the rock stars of repair, shining bright in the night. Devices that stall, they're the pros with the skill standing tall. You got an old radio, they'll make it sing. When your gadgets are down and your lights won't glow, you got a problem, man, it's starting to show. But don't you fret, don't let it get you down. 12-volt vids is the name that's going round. With a wrench and a smile, they'll fix your despair. Bringing life back to your gear, fixing everything with flair. 12-volt vids, they're the ones to call. Bringing power and joy, they'll fix it all. Every bolt tightened right. They're the rock stars of repair, shining bright in the night. More batteries low, 2 devices installed.
Yeah, I think that belt's probably okay. It's not too tight.
Pros with the skill.
See, one of the problems you run into if you put in a belt that's too tight, it tends to increase your wow and flutter. You want the belt to have, not to be slipping, but not to be excessively tight, because that way the belt itself can act as a shock absorber for the pulses coming off the motor, because these motors do operate with some pulses as the rotor switches on the armature from one coil to the next. These DC motors, if you were to measure them under load, they actually have pulses, typically 3 every rotation, sometimes 4. So having a belt that's not excessively tight allows the elasticity of the belt to absorb, like a shock absorber, those pulses. And this thing's got a good sized flywheel on it as well, so I would imagine that the wow and flutter is pretty low. I mean, it's hard to tell on this music, but
to all the viewers, listen to the vibes. Down in the heart of the beat, we're rolling tonight. 12-volt vids got the spark, everything's alright. From cars to the sounds that make you feel free. We're grateful for the love, you're the family.
Like the lights are built in. The lights are built into these stupid meters. But I might be able to throw one. I don't know if I can throw one in behind it or not, because of the way that they're illuminated. Let's see what it looks like with my flashlight. Yeah, the bulbs are internal. So if I looks like there's a bulb on each side of the meter. And they're bunt out. Might be able to put some LEDs in at the side here. Because the lights are definitely out, and I think it'll look better with lights on there. Gotta fix the counter. The belt slipping. So those are what we gotta do on this. First things first, let's get the counter to work. I'm going to pull the front off of this unit just to see how easy it is to get to try to change any belts. Not a nice easy one like the Tascam, that's for sure. This is typical of consumer garbage, and Akai wasn't really considered to be a high-end model. I mean, they were a step above Sanyo, but they weren't pioneer. Like when I was a teenager, I thought Akai was pretty cool because I had a 1710W reel-to-reel that my dad got as a gift from a Japanese ship captain when the boat came over for their first run to Canada from Japan to pick up a load of coal. When they docked at the terminal that my dad worked at, was always custom to give a gift. Right, the captain would bring gifts over, and the crew on the ground would give them something in return. I got to pull this knob off here. It looks like. And of course, what went back to Japan was typically something that was consumed in international waters long before it got to their borders. Typically, it would be like booze, right? Dry whiskey or something from Canada. They would go back with that and drink it on the way back to their port, because it's several weeks. All right. Now we can access, oh, there's the window that I'm missing. I can glue that back in place too. There's a light that's burned out in here as well. We can fix that. Anyway, that was my first exposure to Akai, was a 1710W. The light bulbs are in the side of the meters here. But first things first, let's stick this piece back in on the on here. That goes in kind of like that to light up the tape. So let's grab some glue and we'll throw this back into place. And fix the tape damper while I'm at it, because it's just popped out of this this tape damper, or this door damper here. Probably put that back in there if I can do that. There. Now the door won't spring open at 100 miles an hour. It will open a little more graciously. I know, look at all that gross crap down there. I gotta wipe that out. That's disgusting. That's from smoking. That's just the crap that, people that smoke, and I don't give a whether you smoke tobacco or weed, it all has nasty shit in it that's gonna kill you. Just, as you can tell, I don't smoke either. Light bulbs are 1 volt? I don't think so. 8 volts. I'm just going to use some hot snot to put this back on. Wait for the hot glue gun to warm up. We'll stick some hot snot on here and stick this piece back in place. You can change out this belt if I've got one. I'll probably do the capsule belt as well. Just because if I've got it apart, might as well, if I can get at it. I mean, it's not worn. The counter belt is certainly slipping big time. So I've got to change that, but I'd probably change the capsule belt while I'm at it. Just so I can say I changed it, because this is one I probably won't hang on to this one. I'll sell this one. But this is like a $20 or $30 tape deck, so I don't want to do too much to it, because I at least try to make a couple dollars off the thing. So I'm going to basically clean it up, change the belts that need to be changed, and put some LEDs in for lights, and we'll see how it looks. And of course clean the cabinet up because it's a pigsty. I've still got an Akai 4000 that came from the same place that this one came from, and other stuff, and it's filthy as well. I haven't got to that one just yet. Oh, that's getting hot enough to melt, so we can put some glue on here now. I'm just going to put some in the bottom there because that will hold it in place, just like that. That'll hold that just fine. And we'll wipe any excess off that oozes through this side. Okay, that has fixed that part. We look down here, we can see this is the auto stop mechanism. So when the unit is running, what normally happens is this is the auto stop mechanism here, and it's pushed by this little cam. And there's a cam on the other side, this gear here that's turning. You can see it meshing to a cam. Another little cam gear down here. It's got a worm gear on it, and there's this little cam in there, little cam gear. And that's pushing that piece back and forth at the front. And you'll see these pins on the top side there. That's what actually stops it, if that stops turning. So if I stop the reel from turning, what'll happen is that piece sticks and then it shuts off. So in play, for example, the tension on this is what's keeping this in place, this arm moving. If it stops, it pushes it down, but it doesn't return, and then it operates the mechanism. The same thing in rewind. If you're in rewind, the tape is turning. That's what's keeping that moving. As soon as the tape stops, that lever will activate and basically pull down the stop. Watch it here. This lever will stop. See? That's how the auto stop works on these. So it works in all modes. Now some of them I say are driven off of the actual tape counter, and they'll use either a light with an interrupter, or they'll use a magnet with a reed switch or Hall effect. This one's fully mechanical. It has its own little drive belt that drives that gear assembly with the cam on it, which is on this one here. So these ones are fairly reliable. Changing the counter belt's a piece of cake. You just take the counter belt off. No. It gets us in behind this stupid thing. Shut off the power. So I don't have to deal with the... I gotta get the belt off from behind here and bring it around. Like that. There is the counter belt. Let's see if I can find one that's relatively the same length. I mean, I could probably boil this thing and it would work fine, because it's just a little bit lazy. But I might have one that size. Let me just go and see what I've got. Okay, I found a belt that's close. It's not the exact size, but it's the closest one I've got. It's not either too small or too big. So just kind of rubbing off the oxidation on it because it's been sitting around for a while. So I'm sure it's got some. Let's try to get this belt threaded back over to the pulley and behind here. Is it going to turn it or is it not? It's still pretty loose. I might have to try to find another one. That was closest to the size that it was, but it seems to be still a little bit on the loose side. I had to get a bit creative because I didn't have a belt the exact size. This is the closest belt that I had to the original, and it was a little too loose. And the next one down, well, it was a little too tight, which caused the take-up hub to stop turning. So I just kind of did a loop on the belt, take up some of the slack. It's going to be fine. It'll be fine. It's my deck. It's to say I'm going to sell this thing and I'm not going to get anything for it, so it's going to have to do. At least the tape counter works, and it'll work until that belt fails, I'm sure. But it's got enough slack there that it can just pass over no problem, and everything will work. If I stop these from turning, it'll stop. Auto stop will stop. So it's not going to affect the operation. So now I can deal with the light bulbs. To say I don't want to spend any money on this thing. Just want to get it sort of working better than it is, so that I can find some sucker to take it off my hands. Now I gotta get the meters out of here to work on this. These look like little fuse bulbs that can be replaced, but again, don't have access to them. And now that the one shop that still isn't around that sells parts is now not open on the days that I'm off, so it's going to make getting parts a lot more difficult for me. Lee's is now only open Monday to Friday, and of course I'm working Monday to Friday. They're closed Saturday and Sunday now. They used to be open Tuesday to Saturday, which was great, and now they've changed their hours, which is not great for me. Eight volts, 8.3 volts, so 8 volts AC is what these are operating on. Meters are just held together with some Scotch tape, so I just took the tape off and opened up the meters. That way I can get the light bulbs out that are burned out and try to fit some new bulbs in here. I'm just curious as to how the new ones will look, giving them 8 volts. I know I got one here. What did I do with it? I just cut one off. Here's a strip here. We'll put the 8 volts across here and just see how they look. Are they going to look okay? Because I might be able to solder these right in place, right onto there, and then a jumper wire to the other side. Okay, let's give them 8 volts AC. Oh, that's not too bad. I'll light up the meters. Yeah, I think I can put those on either side and put one in behind the tape. I think that'll look fine. So let's get that taken care of. I'll tin the edge of the lights. It's got to go in. Now, because I'm feeding it AC, polarity obviously is not going to matter at all. I can just tack this thing in and then tack a piece of wire to the other side. I'll just put some solder on the bulb holder here. I just tack the lamp in place. I must say I really like these warm white LEDs because they mimic an incandescent bulb almost perfectly, and it really makes the meters look great. And then I'll take a piece of wire to hook up the other side. Let's tip that back this way a bit so it's a little further back, and then I'll grab a piece of wire and we'll just wire to this terminal to the other side. because we're dealing with AC, polarity doesn't matter. And LEDs don't care if they get AC or DC, because they're only going to pass current in one direction and provide light in that direction. The other side, because they're a diode, right, they'll just reject the flow of current in the reverse direction, like all diodes. One thing I wondered there is why I got a flash of light. This is AC. There shouldn't be any stored energy. It's AC. But that's how they look. And I think that's probably fairly close to what the brightness of that other light was. So let's grab another one. It's out of a strip light that I had set up before, and the power supply decided to die on it, and I never got around to replacing it. I just screwed a regular light bulb in. This used to be in the hood fan to my range. Switched over to LEDs years ago, and did it that way with those strips. But the power supply burned out on it. There, that's better. That should be stuck. There we go, that's looking better. Alright, let's put the cover on. Let's see how these look. The lights will light up like that. And they should throw enough light, because this part's covered up. They should throw enough light in there to light up those meters. And then what I can do is I can kind of point them down a bit. Turn them down a bit like this. Right now, I'll deal with the light bulb for the tape compartment. Another burned incandescent bulb. So this is what I would call giving this unit a coat of paint. It's working. I'm not spending a lot of time or money on it because it's just not worth it. I'll never get anything out of it, and it's mine. So even if it was a customer's machine, I probably wouldn't be doing more than this, because a unit like this just isn't worth anything. It's, you know, it's got really no value to it at all. So what we want to do is just to try to make it work and try to make it look presentable. That's the whole point. Make it look half decent so it looks like everything's working. I mean, everything will be working, but I mean, it won't be you know, sold with missing lights and stuff. All the lights will work. And it has had a belt replaced. I don't know that I'll replace the other belt because it's fine. It's not showing any signs that it's worn. So, and the saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? It's working, so leave it alone and let it be. Because changing it isn't going to make you any more money. A unit like this has got limited value. You just want to try to get the thing running so that you can show that everything's working on it. Now we got lights in here as well. Clip off the excess wire so it doesn't get in the way and touch something it shouldn't touch. Okay. Make sure everything works as it should. Yeah, that's working. put the front cover back on, and then we can actually see how things look. Might be easier if I unplug the plugs on the back and tip it up on its back just so that gravity will assist me. Alright, let's see how this thing looks with a new coat of paint. They look fine. Now they're lit up. They actually look pretty good. Same with the tape light. Now I can load a tape and play it.
It's like a sweet caress. From screens that flicker to those tangled wires.
I can do a test recording on this side of the tape. I think there might not even be anything on there. I don't think there is. How's our levels looking here? Record. I guess I gotta do that. So I only got one input. What's going on here? Only one side's got signal. Oh, we got input on one channel. I wonder why. I bet it's the record play switch. We'll just deal with that. So, no doubt this record play switch is probably filthy, because it probably hasn't been switched in years, and it came from a place full of smoke. So we'll just give it a shot of cleaner. Maybe I'll turn it up on edge, just so the cleaner will drop down inside the unit where we want it. Throw some light in there so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Oh, come on. So I only have one input. I'll just operate the switch a few times manually. Still only getting one channel. Oh, is it this switch? I bet you it's the line DIN switch. It's got DIN input on it. Give this switch a shot of cleaner too. That's the switch there is bad. That's the switch that's bad. That's better. Okay. Zero the counter, make a recording. Alright, we are now making a recording. You can see the meters bouncing away. They look kind of cool. Green needles. Doesn't look bad with the light behind there. You can see the tape. Wrong type of tape. Try chrome. Might sound better. I'll reset the counter. I'll put the Dolby on too. That should be enough. Okay, that was before I put the Dolby on, so. So I flip the Dolby on. Sounds good. Levels are coming back. Got good levels coming back. Yeah, this thing sounds pretty good actually for a 2-head deck. Yeah, bad tape. Recording up to 0. One last thing. Get the speed calibrated. I thought it sounded a little bit off, a little bit slow. That's better. Now I'm happy. It's going the right speed now.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, big up to all the viewers. Listen to the vibes. Down in the heart of the beat, we're rolling tonight. 12 all vids, got the spark, everything's alright. From cars to the sounds that make you feel free. We're grateful for the love, you're the family. Late nights and bright lights, cruising the lane. With every video drop, you're calling our name. So we sing it loud, let the world hear